Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, breaking news bulletin. I was just sitting down watching my usual YouTube videos where my friend, shout out to my boy Brian for sending me this update, but Latias is coming to raids in the special raid weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some special news regarding this Pokemon, and you already know I am hyped for this one because if you guys don't already know, it's your boy Latios NYC, and Latias is literally one of my favorite Pokemon, right next to Latios, which is my number one. So Latias is coming through. I'm very excited for this one. I'm gonna try to hit up as many as I can for the weekend because we're gonna talk about that just a moment. But let's read this. Trainers, are you ready for a challenge? From Friday, February 22nd to Monday, February 25th, there will be it will be a special raid weekend. The legendary Pokemon Latias will be available in raid battles. So, first off, before we even continue, I like the fact that Niantic is pushing out these special raid weekends because this is a great way for people to get access to legendaries they didn't get to get before. They're actually bringing them out for a weekend, which is pretty cool, honestly. So, Latias is going to be available for a 3-day weekend beginning this Friday. So, basically in 2 days. So, that's going to be super exciting. I cannot wait. But yeah, let's continue. So, from this Friday, February 22nd to Monday, February 25th at 1 p.m. PST. So Latias is going to be available during raids. So, but the question is it just going to be, is it going to be Latias and Palkia, or is it just going to be Latias? Because honestly, I don't really care because I'm just really excited to see Latias. But the fact that it's actually coming back for a weekend, that's pretty insane. So Latias is getting her own weekend. So that's pretty insane. And here's the best part about this. Latias can now potentially be shiny. So ladies and gentlemen, for this weekend only, Latias is coming out in raids, and you have a chance to get a shiny Latias. So you already know for a fact I'm going to be grinding those 3 days. So in case you guys don't hear from me those 3 days, I'm going to be grinding for that shiny. And of course, you already know I'm going to be doing a challenge against Latias, of course. So that's always going to be a thing for sure. So Shiny Latias is coming to Pokemon Go, and I am hyped. As you guys probably already know, I am hyped because this is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Latios is my all-time favorite. And speaking of Latios, look at over here. Looking for Latios? Fear not, trainer. Latios will appear during his own special raid weekend at a later date. So yes, guys, that means Shiny Latios is also coming to Pokemon Go pretty soon. Can't wait for that. When that one comes, it's gonna be hype. Do you have what it takes to take on Latias? Get ready to go, trainer, and best of luck. So there you go, guys. Latias is coming for a special raid weekend. I am excited. For those of you who don't have Latias, I'm going to be covering Latias in this video. We're going to be talking about counters against this Pokemon. We're going to be going to Go Hub. We're going to be talking about Latias, what Pokemon you want to use against this Pokemon, and all that fun stuff. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and go on Go Hub. And by the way, guys, if you get a shiny Latias, it's 100% catch rate. So if you see a shiny, it's going to be use those Pineaps because it's going to be a guaranteed catch. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go on Go Hub, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about Latias. Okay, you guys. So here we are on the Pokemon Go Hub. Here is Latias. She's beautiful. She's majestic. I'm happy. That's my girl right there. Let's get it. So, obviously, she's a level 5 raid ball. She's going to have a 48,080 CP. So, right here, as you see here, 100% IV is going to be non-weather boosted. You're going to be looking for 2006. There you go. And in windy weather, 100% is going to be 2507. With windy weather, that will be level 25. So, Latias is a dragon and psychic type, which is a pretty unique Pokemon. It's really good in my opinion in PvP because Latias gets access to the moves. We're gonna go ahead and talk about those moves actually right now before we go into counters because there's a lot of Pokemon that you can use against Latias. So, Latias has access to the moves Dragon Breath and Zen Hepa for the quick moves, and Psychic, Outrage, and Thunder for the charge moves. So, obviously, out of all these, the hardest one's going to be Outrage because, well, not really the hardest one, but it's going to be doing the most damage out of all these moves because Latias obviously is a Dragon type, so Dragon is going to be, if it has Outrage, you're going to definitely want to stay away from it. However, if Latias has Thunder, or Psychic, you'll be fine with the dragons because Latias is not too strong. We're gonna take a look at Latias' stats as well in this video, and after we go over the counters, what Pokemon you want to use against Latias, because there's a few Pokemon you can definitely use against this Pokemon for sure, because Latias does have a few weaknesses we're definitely going to be covering for sure in this video. But yeah, so if it has Outrage, definitely want to stay away from your dragon types. If it has Thunder, you're gonna be good because it's not gonna be doing that much. And Psychic, I don't think it's gonna be too much of an issue either. But yeah, other than that, those are the movesets. And now let's go ahead and talk about the counters. So right off the bat, your best counters are 100% going to be these these five rather. These are some of the counters they listed here. Rayquaza is going to, of course, be your #1 choice with Dragon Tail, Outrage. Palkia with Dragon Tail and Draco Meteor is actually listed up here as a pretty good counter here against Latias. Dragonite with Dragon Tail, Outrage is also good. Latios against his sister is also going to be pretty good here. Salamence with Dragon Tail, Draco Meteor. The newly acquired Mamoswine with Powder Snow and Avalanche. As a matter of fact, guys, if Latias has Thunder, Mamoswine is going to be really good because Mamoswine being a ground type Pokemon, I apologize about the noise in the background. Mamoswine being a ground type is going to take 50% less damage from Thunder. So if Latias has Thunder, definitely want to bust out those Mamoswines because Mamoswine is going to be putting in so much work against Thunder because it's going to be able to survive really long in the fight because Latias is going to be packing the Thunder. And, being a ground type, it's going to be resisting the Thunder, taking 50% less from that Thunder, and being able to hit Latias super hard. And so, personally, if Latias has Thunder, Mamoswine, you definitely want to go into that a lot more. In general, I think you should still use Mamoswine anyway, because Mamoswine is going to be doing a lot of, it's going to be doing really well against Latias. So yeah, Weavile with Feint Attack, Avalanche is also going to be pretty good. Or you could also use Feint Attack, Foul Play. You can go Ice Shard, Avalanche as well too. Basically, Ice or Dark is going to be really good against Latias. Tyranitar with Bite Crunch is going to be pretty good as well. And considering that if Latias has Psychic, Tyranitar is going to be your best choice against Psychic since Tyranitar would take 50% less damage from these Psychic type moves. So definitely want to bust out those Tyranitars if Latias has Psychic. It'll still do well against Thunder as well and Outrage because Tyranitar is going to be your more bulkier Pokemon. It's not going to be doing the most DPS out of all these Pokemon, but Tyranitar can actually hold its own in battle against Latias for sure, especially if Latias has Psychic too. So keep that in mind. Now they list Gengar, so ideally you want to use Gengar with Flick and Shadow Ball, but if Latias has Psychic, Gengar's gonna get destroyed, so I wouldn't recommend Gengar. But if you have Gengars, Gengar's not a bad choice either because it does do a lot of DPS, so keep that in mind. Mewtwo with Psycho Cut, Shadow Ball is gonna be good. Latias itself against Latias is gonna be good. You have Jinx with Frost Breath and Avalanche, Houndoom with Snarl, Foul Play. They're basically listing a whole line of Pokemon here that you can use against Latias. So, Bug Bite, X-Scissor with Pinsir is going to be good there. Scizor with Fury Cutter, X-Scissor there. Scizor will do decently well against Outrage since it is part Steel and it'll take a little less damage from the Steel type aspect. Jinx is not bad, but again, you got to keep in mind Jinx is a glass cannon, so if you use Jinx, be careful. Houndoom will do pretty well against Latias with Psychic, so keep that in mind. Latias itself Latias and Latios are going to do well against both Psychic and Thunder. If it has Outrage, I definitely stay away from those. And then overall, your best counters are going to be 100% going to be Rayquaza, Palkia. Well, basically Rayquaza, Palkia, Dragonite. Those are your top 3 counters for sure against Latias. And then if you don't have the top contenders, you always got Salamence. You also have access to Latios and then Mamoswine. Which personally, guys, I would definitely recommend you guys use Mamoswine. Because Mamoswine, especially if Latias has Thunder, Mamoswine is going to be doing really well because Latias is Psychic and Dragon, which we're going to go ahead and talk about Latias as a Pokemon and what it's used there for. But, Latias is not really the strongest dragon, but she is pretty tanky, which personally makes her pretty good in PvP. So definitely pretty good. And I'm hoping to see if I can. I'm gonna be grinding pretty hard for that shiny, but it's also gonna be pretty good to at least get at least one for the Great League for sure. I think I have one as well for the Great League, but I may have to get a better one. But yeah. But other than that, there you go, guys. These are the counters you want to go ahead with. They didn't list a few others, which which we can go ahead and talk about those down the road. But ideally, these are some of the Pokemon you definitely want to use. Tyranitar is definitely one of those tankier Pokemon you can use. Mamoswine is really good, especially if Latias is packing the Thunder. Keep that in mind. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Salamence with Dragon Tail, Dragon Meteor is not bad. Latios, you got the dragons there. And as you see there, Latias has 6 weaknesses, being Dark, Dragon, Bug, Ghost, Fairy, and Ice. So you're going to mainly be taking advantage of the Dragon and the Dark aspect. But you can also throw in Ice, and then you obviously have Ice with Mamoswine against it, because Mamoswine, we did just have the community day for that Pokemon there, so that's going to be pretty sweet. So yeah. There you have it, guys. Latias is coming for this weekend only. Figure might as well go ahead and talk about Latias here. And now as a dragon type, Latias in raids is not gonna do so well. But in PvP, it's going to be, really good. In my opinion, because it does get Dragon Breath, which does help a lot with PvP in PvP as well. So it's gonna do really well there. But yeah, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and go on. We're gonna go ahead and look up Latias' stats as well, and let's talk about Latias a little bit. So I'll see you guys with that in just a moment. Look at her, guys. She looks so beautiful. I love her so much. Here's Latias here. Latias has a 100% maxes out at 3,510. Attack is 228, defense is 246, and stamina is 190. So Latias is pretty tanky. Not as tanky as he used to be. He used to have a higher defense, but her defense got lowered a bit. But overall, Latias is definitely got a bit better for sure. I believe from before it had more stamina. So here, as you see, these are the weaknesses, which is also going to be shared by Latios. It's going to be weak to Bug, Dark, Dragon, Fairy, Ghost, and Ice, like as I previously mentioned before. And it's going to be resisting Electric, Fighting, Fire, Grass, Psychic, and Water. So it has 6 weaknesses and it has 6 resistances. So it kind of balances, kind of 50-50 on that regards there. So as you already know, Latias gets access to the following moves, but just in case you guys kind of sped up to the movesets, here we go. It gets Dragon Breath and Zen Headbutt, which we guys already know. Dragon Breath in PvP is really good, honestly. And then charge moves, it gets Outrage, Psychic, and Thunder. So ideally, you want Dragon Breath, Outrage. You can also use Latias as a Psychic type attacker. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's a choice that you can use. And do I think this one can be dueled? I think so, but I feel like this one's going to be quite a bit of a challenge. But I know this one is pretty tanky, but I definitely am looking forward to trying trying to duel Latias. I have a feeling with that we're gonna definitely need windy weather and hopefully some good luck against it. Otherwise, a trio on this one is always gonna be fun for sure. But just for the heck of it, because we already know Latios is going to get its own weekend as well, we might as well take a look at Latios as well. So this is my favorite Pokemon. This is your boy. This is Latios NYC right here. So anyway, Latios here, 100% maxes out at 3,812. Attack is 268, defense is 212, and stamina is 190. I'm just going over Latios briefly because if you guys already seen what the text about Latios about it. Latios is going to get its own weekend as well, so we're definitely expecting that to come through soon. And Latios has access to Dragon Breath and Zen Headbutt as his quick moves, just like Latias. But unlike Latias, it has Dragon Claw, Dragon Claw and Solar Beam. They both have Psychic, but Latios has Dragon Claw and Solar Beam and Latias has Outrage and Thunder. So yeah. Latios definitely is definitely the stronger out of the two. Latias is more on the tankier side of the out of the two for sure. So yeah, but we'll definitely go over Latios a little bit more once we get to that weekend. But that's not gonna be for a while. But we do know for sure that Latios is coming for this weekend, and definitely am pretty excited for that one. Um, I definitely love these two Pokemon so much because we go way back honestly. So basically, the teams I've been using against Palkia is gonna do really well against this one for sure. So definitely pretty excited for this Pokemon. So yeah. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. You guys excited to get a brand new shiny legendary? I know I'm just excited to see Latias coming back to raids. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. And with that, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, stay safe and happy gaming. Latios NYC, signing out.